Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Andy Brewer. I want to talk a little bit this afternoon about reincarnation, and I want to talk a little bit about consciousness, and I want to talk a little bit about how I think they work together. First off, everything anyone says about past lives or reincarnation is speculation. It's a best guess. This is my best guess. I've been working at it. I'm 70 years old now. I've been doing this since I was very young. I had visions of past lives when I later figured out were past lives when I was a little teeny dude, and started having them again in my late teens, early 20s. And I really began to pursue it. It's really my full time passion when I was 24 years old back in 1979. So I spent a lot of time trying to understand it. Um, doesn't mean I do, but I spent a lot of time trying to understand it. And I want to talk a little bit today, just briefly, about how I think past lives work and how I think consciousness works and how I think they go together. First off, I got really into past lives and past life regression when I lived in San Francisco in the late 70s. And I was able, the very first day I did a past life regression, to go home that night and regress myself, and I never looked back. But over time, I have begun to doubt past life regressions as the best means for determining your true past life experience. Excuse me. To me, I am more interested in a process called karmic resonance, which basically says this: we respond emotionally to certain kind of historical periods. Maybe architecture will do something to us, clothing, music, um, you know, styles of, there's all sorts of things that might trigger an emotional response. And to me, those things that really lead to us having um, a true epiphany because we see something and it just keeps haunting us. I'm really interested in Germany in the 1930s because I feel that that's a significant part of my past life journey. Someone else might be interested in Elizabethan England or the Roman Empire or the Civil War or any number of things. And those historical periods that you feel particularly, that's a hard word for me to say, that you feel especially drawn to, I think are important, and I think they're clues to who we were. I want to talk also a little bit about consciousness. I look at consciousness not as something stored within the body, but rather something that we tap into. Um, Non-locality of consciousness. So that consciousness is basically a repository of impulses, shared experiences that's external to us. I think that this is important in the way in which we look at clairvoyance. How do I make predictions? And the times that I have, and I've done it a lot, how do I describe places never seen, done that a lot too. I think it's because we tap into some external source. And to me, this external source, the analogy I've used historically, is it's kind of like Google Cloud. And the body is kind of like our phone, the iPhone or Android phone. And there are apps within the body. Like there's cellular memory, there's different things within the body. So if we think of consciousness as external to us, this Google Cloud account is what other people would call the Akashic Records. And if we tap into this Akashic Record Google Cloud account, we're going to find that in doing so, there should be a consistency. I believe that past lives share consistent elements. I believe also that we come to express our truth. What I've said is more of an art project than a drive towards spiritual perfection. We come because we like it here. We come to feel love. We come to express love. We come to share aspects of who we are. I think there will be, I think we're going to look alike most of the time. I think we're going to have certain kinds of emotional and vocational aptitudes that are very similar. I'm going to be a communicator every time. I'm going to be kind of a flamboyant show off, Leo Mooney kind of dude every time, I believe. I think there is a creative energy to me um, that I think will consistently show up. I'm not likely to really show up as like an engineer or somebody's very methodical. Um, I also think that we come because it allows us to really feel at a very deep level. And I think the body is an amazing tool for us to have feelings. Another thing I want to talk about is desire. I think past lives are really a good tool for us to use, one of many, in order to determine what really matters to us. Let's say you're in a relationship and it's cold and you want to go across town. Your boyfriend or your girlfriend is a couple of miles away, there's snow on the ground, but you really want to see her, you really want to see him, and you're like, what the fuck? I'm going to go. But if you didn't care that much, this person may call you and go, I'd love to, but I think it's going to rain. So maybe we'll do it like next week. When you know your truth, when you express your truth, the probability of making it happen goes up dramatically. I mean, this is a truism. When you know what you're about, when you do it because you want it and not because you've been told you should want it, things are going to go up. Your potential to really be happy is going to go up. I believe that reincarnation exists for all of us. For all of you on your last life, I hate it for you. I think you're coming back because I think you like it here. I think that we could have multiple lives at the same time because you all basically share the same login to your Google Cloud account. I think we will, how's the best way to say this? I think that we will find our true happy space when we stop paying attention to what others tell us we're supposed to be and really get in touch with what really matters to us and are honest about ourselves with ourselves. And I think past lives are really a good place to do that. And also in looking at past lives, I think it really speaks very eloquently to, is there a God? Is there a spiritual essence to who we are? Is there something more than just this? I don't think we're just basically random carbon bouncing off each other. I think there is a spiritual truth, a spiritual world that we go to, that we tap into, that we're here and there all the time, like 1 foot here, 1 foot there. So, very quick look at some brief ideas about reincarnation and consciousness. My name again is Andy Brewer. I am on Substack now, a Karmic Outlaw at substack.com. My website is andrew-brewer.com. I hope everyone is having a happy week. Weather's beautiful. That's fantastic. Just hang in there. Trust yourself. Believe in yourself. I believe that there is a spiritual truth, a spiritual essence, a spiritual world. I think we tap into it. I think we're always tapped into it. So, wishing everybody a wonderful spring, and we will see you soon. Thank you.